These are the things that you need to look out for before and while having an out of state or just a move to another city, may it be a few hours away. So, first and foremost is price gouging. It happens often. I hear about it. I see about it on different Reddit threads, comments on Facebook, Twitter, all of the above. And it's a common tactic of some shady companies, where what they'll do is they'll give you a price that's very appealing. And like I've seen these ads on Instagram, and they'll say, we'll move you from Seattle to California, and the price will be something ridiculous, like $1,700 or something like that. And I'm like, yo, 1,700, just so you know, 1,700 will just about uh, clear just the gas cost on a move like that. For a truck, those trucks get anywhere from like five, shoot, hopefully 10, depending upon whether you're using diesel, which costs more but is more fuel efficient. But then you have unleaded, which is, it goes through really quick. And so anyway, uh, but I'm just saying, like, those companies that are charging you those really extremely low prices, I guarantee you there's some sort of catch. I promise you. Unless you're using a company like a pods company where they give you like a flat rate or something like that, just be sure to ask all the questions. Expect for deliveries. So this is another thing is it, and I feel like I need to go back, but if you're using like a pod company where they drop off the storage container, you load it yourself or hire movers to load it, and then they take it to your new place, they drop it, you unload it, you're home. Okay? So, those, I just want to say that be prepared. If you don't have a mover or someone that is driving a truck from one location to another and it's only your furniture, be prepared for that shipment to take a little longer than they schedule, right? Sometimes they'll give you a window or what have you. I'm just saying it happens all the time, and it adds more stress onto you. And so that brings me to another point, and I'm going to try to stay on topic, but it's a big topic, so bear with me. Comment below. Maybe I could remake it and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah. So the soft stress of a move is like there's the financial stress that's more fixed, right? That's something that's like the costs are the cost. It is what it is, right? That's what the company billed me. That's what I'm expecting. There's also the soft costs, which is what I call the like, oh my gosh, my shipment is delayed. I was expecting to be able to move into my house. I got work tomorrow or a couple of days from now. I need to be ready. Now I need to either boom, rent a hotel for a few days, an Airbnb, or move in with zero furniture, or move in and then buy new furniture so you have something to survive on. And it just, then you're living in an uncomfortable situation. You're not really able to set in. You have that in the back of your mind, like, oh crap, are these movers going to show up? And the list goes on. So I wanted to touch on some of these things, some of the common stresses, some of the common like horror stories of a move, besides, damaging furniture and stuff like that, which that happens with other movers, and it just, they don't know how to properly take care of furniture, or they don't know how to load a truck to where it's safe on these long distance. You got to be very important, very attentive, very careful when it comes to loading a truck going a long distance. So, for example, if you are driving your own truck, but you're hiring labor, or if you get one of the pods and you're hiring labor to load your truck, that's the most important team. The unloading team, if the loading team does their job, the unloading team, they could be a bunch of kids from down the street, just strong enough to lift the furniture. I mean, if you have stairs, a tight staircase, there's certain things like that, but it's a lot easier than like the load where you got to know how stuff is going to move in the back of the truck. You got to have equipment. You can get straps, etc. Make sure you're renting blankets so that they can have pads in between, especially wood furniture. You know, in the moving industry, we say wood on wood ain't no good. So make sure that those things are taken care of. But these are some of the things that I'm hoping I'm bringing attention to in your mind so that you think about it. And for some of you, I may be giving you more to stress about. So let me kind of ring it in here, is that if you want to play it safe, the only safe routes I can give you and I can feel confident in is if you have someone that has used the good company and they recommend you and they're not a big chain, right? If someone recommends you Man and Dolly, right? For example, we're a small company, right? So we don't have a huge team for one team to be great and then the other team is just trash. Larger companies, you know, the big companies, they have multiple teams. Some of them are probably fantastic, but there's others that are probably the absolute worst. And so I was going somewhere with that, but you could take a recommendation but someone that has actually used them and use them in a similar capacity, right? So they got to be ready and prepared to do something long distance. And if they haven't done it before, just communicate, figure it out. If they're trustworthy, great. If they're not, okay. Well, they should be if they're being recommended. But so that's one safe route. One is going with a larger, like a pod company to move out of state. This isn't plausible for everyone because you have different driveways for like a pod, and some apartments don't allow pods to be dropped. Typically, if you're moving into storage, they'll allow it to be moved from and to another storage, so that works. But if you're moving to a house, it doesn't always work out. But these companies will, at least they might be a little late, but they will get it to you and they'll get it on time for the most part. The big pod companies like Pod or Pack Rat or U-Box or U-Pack. There's also ABF, which honestly, I'm not really a big fan of ABF trucks or the U-Pack, like the load trucks. Man, I could talk all day on this, but I'm gonna try to wrap it up. But I trust these companies to at least get it there, right? You're responsible for the team that loads it. So if you get a good team, they can load it, read their reviews, look at their pictures, see if they have some good stacks. Are the items in there properly protected? It is harder to rent or get blankets for like an out of state move because moving blankets are actually pretty expensive. So the small ones range anywhere from like 10 to 15 per blanket. Like those are the like 4x6 or 3x6 or something like that. But yeah, I'm rambling a little bit. I think we should just have a conversation. Uh, I could do consulting, $5 or something like that. Just have a quick chat about your move. I'd love to answer any questions you have. The $5 is just really just for my time, especially if you're not planning on using me. If you do use me, great. I can move you out of state. I can move you out of city. However, I do want to say that And I lose, the truth is that I lose some jobs, a healthy amount of jobs, because I'm a little too honest. I'm a little too upfront with costs, etc. And I know that sounds like a good thing. Like, yes, I want that. But it's just, the truth is that a lot of the time between the hard costs that is quoted in the front and the soft costs, the stresses, the added costs, the damage replacements, going through insurance and all that, you end up being about where my quote is to begin with. So I just, we'll weigh it out. You could find someone to do it for cheaper and they'll do it great, I'm sure. But the risk is there. Me, I'm trustworthy. I have customer references. I have online references. I'm not hiding anywhere. So just something to think about. I was going somewhere with that. But yeah. So yeah, I totally lost my point. But anyway, I wish you all the best. I did. Okay. So moving, if you're trying to keep your costs down, and I may have touched on this before, but if you're moving out of state and you're trying to keep costs down, the truth is the more that you're capable of doing and that you do yourself is the best. Like, you're gonna save so much money. Now you got to take responsibility for the work that you did. So if you pack something improperly and it ends up kind of crashed around or what have you, like, be prepared. If you're going to pack it, like, pack it to be prepared to be handled by bad movers. Just, I prepare, even if your movers are great, right? If they accidentally drop it or what have you, your boxes need to be at least prepared for minor mistakes, right? Um, Now they shouldn't happen, right? Movers should make proper stacks, heavy, solid at the bottom, all the way to light, fragile at the top. But sometimes people get tired or what have you. You hear about these stories all the time, uh, but yeah. So have a great move. Book me. Give me, like I said, I can have and I just thought about that just literally just now, but we can have a conversation. I'll charge $5, Venmo, Cash App, etc., Zelle. We can talk about it, but just have a quick call, and then we could walk through different options. I have many different suggestions that I didn't mention here. Many horror stories we could talk about and ways that you can avoid them. It works better if it's like conversational for me. Otherwise, I do this thing where I kind of web all the way around. So anyway, have a great move. I hope this was helpful. I know I ramble, but yeah, have a great move.